Glitch just loves to leave various references to other famous projects in their shows. In the third episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, the creators left even more interesting details referring to other famous animated shows and video games than they usually do. Many fans of the Amazing Digital Circus and Murder Drones have noted the similarities between the dark style of the third episode and the studio's previous project. In addition, many of the animators and artists who worked on the third episode have posted videos on their YouTube channels behind the scenes of the scenes they made. Today, I will tell you about all the references in the third episode, as well as interesting facts about the creation of the episode. I want to start by looking at all the references in episode 3. All viewers who are familiar with Murder Drones even before the third episode was released have noticed the similarities between Mildenhall Manor and Elliott Manor. Next, I propose to look at the references inside Mildenhall Manor. The first NPC the protagonists meet in the manor is Ghostly. He first appears in the form of a creepy green ghost with big teeth and scary eyes. There are many variations on what the animators were inspired by when creating Ghostly. All fans have noted the similarities between some of the characters and moments from the third episode and enemies from the now popular maps from Roblox, Doors, and Pressure. That scary face of Ghostly resembles the face of Dupe from Doors quite a bit. In addition, viewers say that Ghostly in this moment resembles characters from the game's spooky jumpscare mansion. That game too featured a green-colored ghost with long teeth. When Ghostly takes his cute form, he acts as a guide for a short period of time. This makes it similar to the ghost girl Spooky from the same game. Another possibility is that this ghostly face is a reference to Lemon Demon from Friday Night Funkin'. Both the eyes and teeth of both characters are very similar. The last option is that it's a reference to Gooseworks' short film Little Runmo, which she worked on before the Amazing Digital Circus. Perhaps the most obvious reference is the vacuum cleaner which Jax uses against Ghostly. Similar vacuum cleaner was used by Luigi in Luigi's Mansion video game. It's a common way in sci-fi to imprison ghosts since the infamous Ghostbusters movie. Now let's get to one of the most interesting details of the episode. When Jax throws Gangle's mask of joy at one of the door turns into a huge mouth and eats the mask. This door evokes associations with a lot of different works. In the movie It, the main characters also have to choose which door to go through. One door was also called Not Scary, and the second door was called Very Scary. The difference is that in the movie there was also a third door in the middle, which was called Just Scary. Also, the design of the month reminds me of the Flesh Prison from Ultrakill game. Also, the design of that mouth reminds me of the internet-famous painting, The Smile Room. It too shows a door that turns into a huge mouth. Viewers found a resemblance to the tunnel that had teeth growing out of it from the Gravity Falls Lost Legends comic book. Kinger then jumps into that mouth and pulls Pomni down with him. I think this scene is very similar to the moment in episode 7 of Murder Drones where the long arms pull N into the dark passage. In these scenes, Pomni's and N's faces are equally dragged across the floor. The next reference has to do with the main antagonist of the main characters in episode 3. Let's start with the design of Angel's head before it came to life and disappeared. While the head is hanging on the wall, it is reminiscent of the Forgotten Baby. This is one of the works of Trevor Henderson, the infamous creator of images with scary entities on the internet. By the way, this is not the only reference to the creations of Trevor Henderson. When we are shown the cassette player through which Baron Mildenhall communicates with Pomni and Kinger, we can notice a newspaper next to it on the table. The headline of the paper is Monster Rumor, and Siren Head, the most popular of Trevor Henderson's monsters, can be discerned in the picture. When Angel's head stealthily approaches Pomni and Kinger and begins to glow, it becomes very similar to the ambush from Door's monster. In addition, many viewers notice the glowing circles in Angel's mouth. It is this detail in the story that put Kinger into a trance because it reminds him of his abstracted wife. Aside from that, this detail is reminiscent of the design of another monster from Roblox. I mean Pandemonium from Pressure. In the next scene, Pomni and Kinger climb into an old elevator car to escape Angel, but the elevator takes them down instead of up. Fans have differing opinions on what this scene refers to. The first theory is that Glitch made a reference to the 6th episode of Murder Drones. There was a scene in which the main characters try to escape using a broken elevator, but, just like in the 3rd episode of Digital Circus, it didn't result in success. Many people are of the opinion that the similarities between Episode 3 and Roblox are a coincidence, but I think there are too many of them. The second theory is that this scene is a reference to the Doors' first floor final. The character thinks he's saved in the elevator. Unfortunately, a monster attacks the elevator and they start falling. When the elevator drops in the basement of Manor, Pomni and Kinger roll out of it and fall to the floor. I'm pretty sure this scene was inspired by a similar scene from the 7th episode of Murder Drones. In that scene, the main characters also fell out of the elevator with their faces on the floor. Nejaha, one of the members of the developers team, have published on his YouTube channel a video with the storyboards of episode 3 he has done. In the bonus materials, he shared that he put too much energy into this scene from Liam Vickers, the creator of Murder Drones. In the basement, Pomni and Kinger find the corpse of Baron Mildenhall. I think this corpse is one big reference to Five Nights at Freddy's. The pose of this corpse is very similar to the pose that animatronic Golden Freddy has always been in. The body of Baron Mildenhall has long since begun to rot. It looks like it has no internal organs, like eyes, and its skin has turned purple. My theory is that this is a reference to the character Michael Afton. The next scene I want to break down is the scene where Angel's body appears from a dark passage and attacks Pomni and Kinger. In his behind-the-scenes video, Nejaha says that he originally wanted this scene to reference the Chainsaw Man shot by Curie Liu. For me personally, this scene is very similar to the attack of Samara Morgan from the Ring movie. The most famous scene from episode 3 was the one where Pomni's body is taken over by ghosts. This scene also has similarities to the 7th episode of Murder Drones. Uzi's body was taken under control just like Pomni's. Also similar is the moment where N helps Uzi regain consciousness, and a similar moment with Pomni and Kinger. Again, we have many options as to what the design of the possessed Pomni was inspired by. Many fans have noted the similarity of her eyes to Piggy from Roblox, but I've noticed a few other animated series that this scene could have been inspired by. In the Sonic X show, when Amy Rose was haunted, her eyes and teeth looked very similar to those of the possessed Pomni. There's also a Halloween-themed show on YouTube from another famous animator, Senior Pello. It's called Spooky Month, and it featured a demon character named Moloch. In the final 5th episode, the demon Moloch possessed the bodies of various people. The design of those characters who were possessed by Moloch is very similar to the design of the possessed Pomni. Orange eyes and long, sharp teeth. What do you guys think about this? Did Glitch really decide to be inspired by the maps from Roblox, or is it just a coincidence? Write your thoughts and theories in the comments, and I'll be sure to read them. The best comments will make it into the next videos. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Good luck, everyone, and bye-bye.